I'm Wine. And what if I told you that 6 small copper coins, minted between 1861 and 1866, were born during one of the most violent periods in American history, the Civil War, when the nation was literally breaking apart, and even something as small as a penny could disappear from circulation? And the crazy part is, some of these coins are so rare in high-grade condition today that if the right one appears at auction, collectors would fight so hard it could theoretically reach life-changing, even million-dollar level hype pricing. And by the end of this video, you'll know which year is the weakest and which one is the hidden Civil War treasure.
Everything changes here, but value hasn't caught up yet. The 1861 Indian head cent marks the beginning of the Civil War era. The United States is dividing, and coin circulation is starting to become chaotic. People begin hoarding coins, and small change starts disappearing from everyday transactions. This coin is still bronze-based and relatively common compared to later Civil War scarcity spikes, but it carries massive historical weight. Here's the interesting part. If an 1861 cent were found in perfect mint condition today, fully red, flawless strike, no wear, it wouldn't just be a nice collectible. In a high-pressure auction scenario, it could enter the kind of speculative territory where collectors imagine six-figure or even million-dollar level significance, purely because Civil War-era perfection is extremely rare. But in reality, circulated, low value. Uncirculated, moderate collector premium. Perfect specimen, historically significant, not truly rare. Still, it's only the beginning of the story. Because 1862 makes things darker. Coins start disappearing, and nobody notices at first. By 1862, the Civil War is fully underway. The U.S. economy is under pressure, and small copper cents are increasingly saved instead of spent. Even though 1862 cents were minted, fewer circulated heavily, meaning surviving examples in high condition become slightly more meaningful today. Now imagine this. If an 1862 coin appears in pristine condition with sharp strike detail and original red surfaces, collectors would treat it as a premium Civil War survivor, something that could trigger competitive bidding and hypothetically push valuation into very high five-figure territory in extreme cases. Circulated, common. High grade, better premiums than 1861. Exceptional condition, still not legendary yet. Because the real shift happens in 1863, where the coin becomes more than metal. It becomes survival. This coin survived chaos, and it shows. 1863 sits deep inside the Civil War economy. The country is unstable, inflation pressures are rising, and coin circulation is becoming increasingly inconsistent. Many people hoard cents, and fewer coins remain in clean circulation paths. Condition now matters more than date. A clean 1863 cent tells a story of survival through war-era uncertainty, and if one appears in extremely high-grade condition today, it becomes a serious collector target, where bidding wars could theoretically drive it into very high premium territory under rare market demand scenarios. Circulated, modest. High-grade, strong Civil War premium. Exceptional mint state, highly desirable. But the real turning point is next, because 1864 changes everything. This is where everything breaks and rebuilds. 1864 is one of the most important years in Indian head cent history. This is the year the composition changed from copper-nickel to bronze. That means you now have two major types, copper-nickel 1864 earlier, bronze 1864 later. If a rare 1864 variant, especially in top condition with sharp strike and strong eye appeal, appeared at auction, collectors would treat it as a major transitional artifact, where bidding hype could theoretically push it into extremely high-value territory compared to standard cents. Because transitions create rarity categories: circulated, common but split types, high grade, strong demand, rare variant plus top condition, major premium potential. But even now, it still isn't the most emotionally powerful coin, because 1865 carries the weight of the ending. The war is ending, but scarcity is peaking. 1865 is the final year of the Civil War. Even though the war is ending, its economic effects are still intense. Coin circulation is unstable, and many coins from this era were saved or lost. A perfectly preserved 1865 Indian head cent with full original surfaces would become a serious Civil War closure artifact in the eyes of collectors, and in extreme auction scenarios, it could trigger aggressive bidding that pushes it into very high premium territory, depending on demand. Circulated, moderate scarcity. High grade, strong demand. Top condition, very desirable Civil War relic. But even then, it's not the final boss, because 1866 changes the entire meaning of the series. The war is over, but this coin becomes the hidden winner. 1866 marks the first full year after the Civil War. The country is rebuilding, and coin production begins stabilizing again. But here's the twist. When stability returns, collectors often assume less value, and that's where people get it wrong. Because high-grade 1866 Indian head cents are extremely desirable due to their post-war fresh restart symbolism. They represent the beginning of modern recovery. If an 1866 cent appears in flawless mint condition with strong eye appeal, collectors could treat it as a premium historical artifact of national recovery, where competitive bidding could theoretically push it into extremely high-value auction territory under rare demand spikes. Circulated, available, high grade, strong demand, exceptional condition, top-tier Civil War aftermath collectible. And that's why it wins. Because it doesn't just represent war, it represents survival after war.
Coins like these don't rise in value just because of age or history alone. They rise because of perception gaps in the market. Most people see old pennies. Collectors see Civil War survival artifacts. And that gap is where value is born. A single grade difference, a single surviving detail can completely change what a coin is worth. And in rare cases, coins that were once overlooked can suddenly become the center of intense collector demand overnight. And that's why this entire series matters. Because sometimes, the most ordinary-looking coin is just one unnoticed detail away from becoming the most expensive mistake of its era.